Welcome, 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 and thank you for joining us for another beautifully blessed, peaceful, prosperous, productive, and phenomenally powerful night. We are your hosts, Tori the Barber, the one and only one and the son and the man with the plan, my right-hand man, the one, the only, Free Will Code.
What's happening, y'all? Free Will Code in the building. Thank you for welcome to another edition of the Free Will Podcast, where we create a community that inspires and empowers growth. You know, while helping each other become the best version of ourselves, huh? What's happening to why you doing it, day, my boy?
Wagwan, my brother. Man, look, we gotta make that vacation to Jamaica happen. You know what I'm saying? I still ain't got my passport yet. You hear me? But that's first order operation of the new year.
Yeah.
We gotta get that passport thing
together. Bro, we gonna make it happen.
But I'm feeling good. Free Will Code, how you doing?
Oh man, I'm on a map. You know what I'm saying? Life is good. I'm blessed.
Oh yeah.
I'm blessed. You know what I'm saying? I got connection with the Lord. Ain't nothing gonna stop me. You digging me?
Holy, come on now.
Huh?
Come on,
man. What about you, man? How was your day today?
Oh man, let me think. You know, sometimes I be on go mode so much that I don't really think about my day until a moment like this.
Yeah.
But my day was really a great day. I had to just pause for a word to cause and really just reflect over my day. My day was pretty good. Look, an abundant day. Today was just a day of abundance. It was a great day. Smooth. Everything went right. Everything went according to plan. I had no hiccups, no mishaps, no unforeseen, unfavorable events that took place. None of that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. I ain't got no problems. I ain't got no worries like Wayne said. What about you, bro? How your day going? How
yes,
your day
sir.
going?
Oh man. Listen, my day was phenomenal. I like to acknowledge, cause you know, I think sometimes when I be like nothing happened that day, like that it was pretty smooth. The truth is, stuff be happening. I'm just already. It was just something that happened that I already found a solution to, and I just know how to get over it. I mean, I know how to get through it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm not gonna say there wasn't any challenges. I'm just gonna say it had challenges, and I just knocked them out. You know what I'm saying?
You know what came to me just not cold.
Yeah,
nothing occurred today that got the best of me.
Come on,
nothing that day I experienced today got the best of me. So I'm good, you good, we good. You heard?
You know what I mean? So I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. You know.
But guess what?
I'm feeling great too. What's that?
Telling people what you're grateful for then.
Oh yeah. First and foremost, I'm thankful for the Holy Spirit. Holy Spirit, number one. I'm thankful for God and thankful for the Lord Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying?
Lord, thank God.
It's just you know, whatever you need. It's like He like the internet, the thesaurus, the dictionary, like whatever you need, you can actually go there and get answers. Like it's blowing. I still haven't wrapped my mind around it, but I'm starting to realize it. I'm starting to figure it out. It's like, just go there and you're going to be all right? So I appreciate that. Secondly, I'm thankful for my lady. That's my, man, I'm so thankful for her. I'm thankful for God for her, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, it's just to see where we were and to see where we're going, it's mind-blowing to me.
Beautiful.
It's mind blowing, bro. Like some people, I can't say some people. I was almost one of the people that ain't make it. You know what I'm saying, too? Like, you know, like I don't know, bro. I'm out to here's the road, Jack. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like it's just like the seeds that you wait for. Oh man, has the seed that you gotta wait longer for has the best fruit.
For sure.
The best fruit, right? So I appreciate that. I appreciate God again for my wisdom. You know, I'm just gonna give Him thanks for everything. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate Him for my wisdom. I appreciate Him for the people around me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate Him for me to be able to have, like, I got shoes on. I need to polish my shoes. I was a little self-conscious about my shoes today because I seen them and it was a little whatever, but I still got shoes on.
Hey.
And all I gotta do is really clean them up. But
if I can add something to that real quick. They had a man once upon a time, he was complaining about his shoes till he met a man with no feet.
Come on. It don't even matter if he got shoes or not.
And I'm gonna leave that right there.
Come on now. It's like this. Listen, there's always a level. So it's like, I don't know. I can get into that later, but know there's always a level below yours, and take that seriously. Like, there is a standard, but if you're in a place where you're not, if you're in a place where you're not happy with that standard, first remind yourself of what it could be, and then remind yourself of what's possible. You know what I'm saying?
And acknowledge what is.
And acknowledge what could be, acknowledge what is, and acknowledge what's possible. I love that too. I love that.
Yes, Lord, thank God.
So
Trinity.
yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate my man too. You know what I'm saying? We still in the building. We doing this thing.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, sir. What about you, man? What you grateful for today?
Oh man, you already know what it is, so you ain't gotta ask what it was. All praises to the Most High. I'm so grateful, I'm so thankful, I'm so joyous to be here with you in this moment. I'm thankful for another episode of the Free Will Podcast. I'm thankful because I got my first lady right by my side, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? It's always
the general.
It's really always the general. Come on, man, put some respect on that, you know what I'm saying? Listen, the general, and guess what? Man, I'm just so thankful for everything that is. You know what I'm saying, in my life right now. I'm thankful for everybody who I have in my life. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful for God first and foremost, but I'm thankful for my first lady, man. I really am thankful for my first lady. I'm thankful for her for so many different reasons, so many different things. And then I'm thankful for, of course, my kids, Kaisley and LeVay. I'm thankful for my clients because, of course, I come on here as Tori the Barber every single week. So it's only right that I put you on the stage. So when I say I'm thankful for my clients, if you're one of my clients and you're watching this podcast right here, right now, in this moment, know I'm talking about you. Thank you. Thank y'all for being the best part of the Free Will Podcast family. Thank y'all so much. And also too, what is my I like when Cole do this little thing when he talk about his small. What is it called? Like, you just express gratitude for something, just something small things, like the simple thing, the small things in life. Oh man, I'm breathing clean air right now. I mean, I know like about a month ago or so, I hope the fires is out, but in Los Angeles they had, like, I reached out to one of my cousins that stay out there in LA, and he said he wasn't impacted by the fire, but he said the air was unclean. The air was very, like, it was polluted. You know what I'm saying? With all of the air that was pushing through. So just thinking about that, reflecting on that, I pray for them, and I pray that they're able to recover and, you know what I'm saying, they're able to speedily rebuild those areas. But, you know, we not dealing with those problems, thankfully. And I'm praying for them, prayers go out to them. But I am thankful that I'm able to breathe quality air in this moment while we deliver this work. We give y'all this work, this message that we have on this podcast tonight. So I'm thankful for that. Thankful for you, Cole, of course, because you are the other part. You know what I'm saying? You are the other part. It's like I'm a quarter, you a quarter, and they the other half. You know what I'm saying? The viewers are the other 50%. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful for you for being a part of this with me day in, day out, week in, week out. You know what I'm saying? We have our ups, we have our downs, but we still show up, we make it happen, we make our rounds. So I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for the whole Free Will platform. And yes, Lord, thank God.
Yes, sir. That was amazing, man.
I'm ready to knock out another phenomenal conversation. Yes, Lord.
Yeah. With that being said, let's go ahead on and bow our heads.
Yes, Lord.
We want to first thank the Lord. And after you thank the Lord, we want to thank God for our brand new subscribers, and the ones that get post notifications. Yes, Lord. I appreciate y'all. Go ahead and add a D on the end of that subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that like button. Like button is a way of sending us some love and energy and appreciation. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate the guys and the gals who come here and support us already, and we appreciate the time newcomers, and hopefully you can join our family and watch us grow as we, plant seeds and help you guys grow, man. I appreciate that.
While we grow at the same time. Yes, Lord.
While we grow at the same time. Perfectly said. Perfectly scared, huh? Yes, sir. Yeah, man. Without further ado, let's drop that.
Word on the street. Word on the street. Word on the street.
From France comes a story of blind philanthropy when a wealthy Parisian left his 10 million euros, follow a fortune to a tiny. I hope that's euros. Is that euros too? I hope that's euros. I hope I'm not.
It's something like that, but basically, I think in the U.S. dollars, it's like $10 million.
Okay, 10 million. Okay, to a tiny Normandy town he had never visited before. Heir to his parents' fortune made in the venting business, Roger Thiberville, a meteorologist, shared but one thing with the town of 1,800 residents. Its name. Thiberville is a typical Norman town, writes Euronews, including a 19th century chateau, but little else that would find it among either headlines or tourist trails. Describing the endowment as beyond imagination, the local mayor said the money would help clear a $400,000 debt from the municipal balance sheet before funding a variety of projects, including a bowling green and a synthetic soccer pitch. It's an exceptional sum of money, said Guy Parrish, the mayor of 28 years. Obviously, the amount is beyond imagination. We don't know what we will do with it yet. We won't spend it all. We're going to manage this dowry as we have always done with our municipal budget. With prudence and responsibility, he told the radio station France Bleu. Okay, apologize for the butchering, y'all. Yeah. I butchered the piss out of that story, but listen, we chose this because it kind of struck something in me, like I can't see myself right now in the state that I'm in, to just give off $10 million. One reason, because I don't have $10 million.
Right.
And secondly, because I'm not connected with the abundance enough to be like, hey, I'm so abundant that this doesn't even this doesn't even affect me, the abundance that I have access to, right? And I'm like, man, this guy, big ups to this guy, man. He has done what he's supposed to do, or maybe his family has done what he's supposed to do, which means that he's done what he's supposed to do, because sometimes it doesn't matter whether your family is doing what they're supposed to do. You don't get that message sometimes, right? Obviously that guy got the message, and he's spreading his wealth around, right? And it's just a reminder, it's a reminder of where I want to be. I want to be in a place where I can just hand out value. I can hand out value, I can hand out riches, because I'm so wealthy that it doesn't matter. Whether it's $10, whether it's $100, whether it's $10,000, whether it's 10 million, 10 billion, whatever. I have access to God's wealth, so it doesn't matter. I'm going to bless this town here. Just think about that, too.
I think that's super duper amazing, and it got me thinking. I seen a video recently. Everybody know who Vic Blends is. I'm sure you know who Vic Blends is. So, man, I seen a video recently where Vic Blends, he visited this. I think it was I don't know, it was the third world country, or obviously he was in another country. I don't know if it was in Mexico or where he was at, but he was speaking Spanish, talking to the kids there, and he gave one of the kids a haircut. Like he did one of his traditional videos, and he kind of like translated it. And I just thought that was so touching that he's even at the level, like this man just posted a video like a couple of months ago where he cut Obama hair. He cutting like some top tier people hair, but yet he's still tapping into the very thing that made him that put him on a pedestal, or not even pedestal, but like just the level that he on. He's still tapping into that humbleness. And so I'm thinking about what I do, and I've had a lot of ideas that came through my mind, and none of the ideas that came through my mind ended with me getting compensation. But I do, like, thinking about just how can I engage with just like the homeless or like the less fortunate, or how can I put together like maybe like a back to school event or whatever. Like my barbershop isn't like a public renowned barbershop, but it's a suite, so it's kind of off the grid a little bit. I kind of gotta like put it on the map, promote. But how can I get in tap with the community? And so it just kind of like
put you back in that headspace.
It put me back in that headspace, man. It's like, how can I connect with people? How can I use my gift, my talent, the thing,
Mm-hmm.
the very thing that I eat off of? How can I take that and then put it back into a community that I'm new to, and then just spread good to people, have conversations with
Mm.
people? I think the most beautiful part about when he cut, well, like when any, like there's a multitude of barbers that cut uh homeless people hair, is that you treat them like they're another human being.
Yeah.
You make them feel like they're worthy. You make them feel like they're somebody. Like even if they don't have a mirror in their possession to look at themselves and look at their reflection, they get to see, they get to feel like they look better. I'm gonna have a mirror. He have a mirror to where they can see themselves, and they probably haven't seen themselves like that in a long time. But at least you know you look good, you handsome, you tapping back
Mm-hmm.
into your better self, and you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
to think about what this man did, and he put his resources into this town that he never visited. I'm sure he did some research. I'm sure he seen that this was a town that was in need. He didn't just cast his pearls to swine, as the Bible would say. But you know what I'm saying, I think that's very, very admirable what he did, and I like what he did. And you know what I'm saying, I hope to be able to do something like of the kind at some point in time in the future, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That's amazing, man. You said something. You was like, the very thing that you eat from. The goal, really, to me, from my understanding, is to have so much food on your plate
Breaking bread.
that you have so much food on your plate that you have enough to eat yourself. You're full. You feed your family. You're full. You have enough to give other people. You know, that is so inspiring to me, man. Like, oh man, that's, you know, that makes me just want to run through walls, right? And one man's obedience is connected to so many others' destiny. So,
Yes, Lord.
you know,
Ooh,
once you
yes,
do
indeed.
once you do your thing, you know, you actually not doing your thing just for you. You're doing
For
it for
you,
so many
yeah.
other people. Right. So big ups to Mr. Thibodeau, right? Thibodeau, I'm sorry. And I'm hoping I'm saying it right. It could be Tipperville, but it's TH, right?
Yes,
But
Lord.
we go and we find these stories, guys. We don't, you know, we're not up there yet to where we have official sources and stuff like that. And we're really
Yeah.
connected where we can contact the author and stuff like
Yeah,
that. You know, we
yeah.
getting there. You know, but we, you know, I love finding these kind of stories, man, because this stuff don't get talked about enough. All you hear about is Trump and Sexy Red and, you know what I'm saying, Drake, Kendrick Lamar. You know, that stuff is, you know, we talk about that stuff every once in a while, but you know, I like to refresh our minds with what it should look like, and not just what it shouldn't look like. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of examples of what it shouldn't look like, right? But Toad, what we talking about today, man?
Oh man. So
Yes,
today
sir.
we
Yes,
talking
sir.
about
Yes, sir.
today we talking about
Mm-hmm.
you know, I think in some way, form, or fashion, and we don't always do this, but sometimes the topic tap into the word on the street sometimes. But the topic that we're talking about today, we're talking about, in general, we're talking about mindset, right? And it kind of is a branch off of the last conversation that we had last week. What we talked about last week? We talked about come on,
Lukewarm
help me out,
effort,
Cole. Lukewarm
hot
effort,
results.
but expecting hot results or desiring hot results.
Yeah.
This week we talking about your mindset, your thinking process. So this week we talking about, if you thinking weak, you already beat. And so that goes in that's pretty much the topic that we're talking about tonight, and how important it is to have a positive mindset in everything that you do. Because honestly, I heard this about football, like football teams, like most games are won prior to the game. And if you got more people on your team, if you got more people on your team that's thinking like, we won or we got this, we gonna dominate this game this time, before the game even start, before the coin toss, before the kickoff, 9 times out of 10, that's the team that wins. It's the team that got the most, that got the least doubt. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we talking about today, Mr. Cole, man.
That has the most determination.
Got the most determination for sure. I wanna kind of start this conversation off by talking about the thoughts, just thoughts and just in general, how thoughts shape our reality. Thoughts are so important and they shape our reality because once upon a time I heard this phrase and I shared it because we talked about this before. But where your thoughts go, your energy flow, and that proves even more so true to like what I just said about the football team. That analogy. It's just like, whoever has the least doubt before the coin toss, before the game even start, that's generally the team who win. Because when you think about teams in the NFL and in professional sports, everybody's in the pro leagues. Everybody's in the league. Like, everybody getting paid millions of dollars to do the sport. They the best of the best, right? But what distinguishes those who win amongst the best of the best is the mindset. So your thoughts are very, 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 it's very important. It's very, very, very important about what your thought process is before you even get into it, Cole. So, what do you think about that, Cole? Like, what do you think about how important it is to have a positive mindset, or how detrimental a negative mindset can be before you even jump in the game in any field, in any arena, in any ring? Just how important is mindset in general?
Yeah, man. So I always gotta start with my people who, I come close enough to the place where the things that we talk about aren't even a thought, right? It's not even a possibility or stuff like that, right? So, we have our thoughts, right? That we have in our head as a automatic process, right? Means it happens automatically. I automatically go to that because that's the culture that's in my mind. And we have those things, my people. And those things, even though we got it from the very place we came from, that is not the thoughts that's going to get us to where we're going at, right? And so the way we get out of that, of course, is to just like we can't get it from there, so we got to get it from somewhere else. Right? What's the principle, To? You can't heal where you got shot at. You need to go to the hospital. So I need to go somewhere else. Once I go somewhere else and I see like sometimes it's almost like thinking like back there, thinking negative is thinking positive.
Yeah.
You I love my mom to death. I love her. Ma, I love you. I promise,
for sure,
right?
for sure.
But when I talk to her about stuff, she like, her best thing to help me is like, well, you better watch out for this. Well, you better make sure this is good. You better not make sure. It's like she goes straight into fear, right?
Yeah.
And like we got that. That's what we do, right?
Yes.
And what we don't know is we actually beating ourselves before it even gets started, bro. It's
man. Oh my God.
Like, because I can't even think about the positive yet because I'm still on what can possibly happen negatively because I was surrounded with negativity. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure.
The next step from that is switching from that and think about what can help into me good. Like, what good can come out of this? You know what I mean? And so I think to the problem, and we could talk about this a little bit more, like, I think the problem is we feel like we got to deal with the gates of hell. I think we feel like we got to deal with the negativity for real. And I think it'll only ever switch for you when you can give that negativity to God. When you can just give it away. Like I'm not in charge. Like, you're not in charge of what the devil do. You don't, like, we ain't even worried about it. Like, all that negativity is like, it's not our responsibility. It's our responsibility to be positive and be forward thinking. So we need to learn how to think forward. You know what I'm saying? What you got?
If I can interject right there, Cole, I ain't gonna lie. Our only job is really, honestly, to make a decision. It's simple. I feel like our job is to make a decision, choose what you want, make a decision, and then that's where your faith kick in. Like, listen, God got me. And guess what? When I make a decision, it might not be pretty at first, but guess what? God got me. I don't know what the path look like. I don't know how many detours the road to my ideal or the success look like. I don't know, but I know God got me. And I think once we get comfortable with just blind faith of making a decision, make the decision. and then let the rest happen. It's just that simple. And I really think that's just what it is. That's what I got from what you was just saying. You know what I'm saying? Because the walls that we have to break down, break through, the fences that we have to climb, that come from what? Fear? And where the fear come from? The fear come from us. The decision is just the decision. The choice is just the choice. The making the choice to move forward is just a choice to move forward. But all the fear, the objections, the what ifs and maybes and all that stuff, it come from us. We create that. We make that a part of the equation. It wasn't already in the equation. We made that a part of the equation. So why are you spending more time focusing on what could go wrong opposed to what could go right? Yep. It's just that simple. So I mean, that's it's easier said than done, but it's just that simple.
Yeah. And that's why I gotta you definitely gotta acknowledge it, yo. Cause I come from that. I know how to only use that. As humans, we only use what we know. Like, you don't know what you don't know, so you can't even. So y'all, to even think better, you gotta go better places. Like, you locked up, like you in jail right now. Like, you need to escape the jail and go somewhere else so you can even know what that even look like. Like, you can't think positive inside of negative. Like, you can't heal when you still getting shot. Yeah. Like, it don't work like that, right? So in that way, too, like, I'm always going to acknowledge it because I know what it feel like. It feel like it's impossible, but it feel like it's impossible because I don't have the hammer yet. I know I got to hit the nail with the hammer, but I don't even got the hammer. So it feels impossible before I even go get the hammer, right?
But guess what? More often than not, we gonna feel what the lowest lows feel like before we get to feel the highest highs. Before you can feel the highest highs,
it's a gift.
You gotta have faith. It's a gift. It's favor. It's so many different things come before you can experience the highest highs. We in communion with the lowest lows so much that that's all we can think about. And where your thoughts go, your energy flow. So if where your thoughts go, your energy flow. If you just thinking about how you was hurt, how you was backstabbed, how you was led astray, how you associated with the wrong people, if you just thinking about the negative things, and even though you're trying to escape the negativity, it's gonna be a trauma loop. It's gonna be a cycle. You're gonna turn around and go right back into the same environment. You're gonna wonder how you got back here when you're trying to go better, but you're not focused on the opposite. You just not tapped into to a different frequency that's gonna lead you out of where you come from.
Yeah, and all I'm saying is, if you come from that, if you're not successful in what you're doing, it's better to deem your thinking as unsatisfactory and be wrong than to deem your thinking as satisfactory and be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, you rather be unsatisfactory and go get where you know what I'm saying? Like, cause we some of us are smarter than the people that's around us, but we not smart enough to get us where we need to go.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is if you're not successful in what you're doing, automatically, I'm not saying I give credit to what you've been through and what you have learned already, right? Because like Tora said, that's a gift. Like, you gotta go through that. Like, to be honest, I'm okay, and I'm trying to say it to where I get y'all to believe it, but you believe it or you don't. Like, me experiencing a bottom, I would do that any day before I was born with a silver spoon, because the gratefulness and the humbleness that I got from that, like it makes me who I am. Like, you see me and I can have a conversation with anybody, I can listen to anybody. I can, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm so much of God's child because I know what both sides look like, too. You know what I'm saying? So take that's the gift, and then take where you at, deem it unsatisfactory, right? Thank you for where you came from, and then go for better. You gotta leave to go to better. You know what I'm saying? And then we transition from that, right? We transition into the practice, right? Like ain't no, Toe, what we do, Toe? We go watch the video. Oh man, I'm pumped up. I'm ready. No, you're not. No, you're not. You gotta watch about 1,000. Like, you think you about to reverse years of formed habits from one video, from one conversation, from one piece of exposure.
I didn't watch
it. It don't work like that.
I didn't watch that one video that got me so amped up.
Yeah.
It got me so amped up. I called you. I'm like, yeah, Cole, it's like today, we about to change it. You know what I'm saying? We about to change the world. We about to change everything. And it just, in the long run, like, when that good feeling dies down, like, what do you have left? You know what I'm saying? Like, when that inspiration wear down, then what do you have left? And that's when you realize how important community is. Big. That's when you realize how important your environment is. That's when you that's when you really start to see, like you say, your principles, or even just like where you come from and how much of where you come from is really embedded in you. Because a lot of the times when we living and experiencing life and making decisions on our own, we realize that it's really not it's not our choice at all. It's really a subconscious programming that we have in us that's leading us to make choices and make decisions the way that we do. And it's not just really all on us. You got to be willing to challenge the fruit of your labor. Be willing to examine how far you have come. Be willing to identify, just all the failures that you had. If you got 10 failures to 1 or 2 successes in your life, listen, that's disproportion. You got to look at how many failures you got, and it's time to start rewriting the code. It's time to looking for some better examples. It's time to disassociate yourself with some beliefs and with some values that you have become accustomed to without your permission. A lot of times we subscribe to things without our permission. You go on you look at your transaction history and your bank account, and you realize you paying for subscriptions that you don't even use. And it's the same thing in our life. It's like we subscribing to different beliefs and different ways and belief systems, but we don't even use them, or it's not serving us, and we keep hitting walls and we want something different, but we operate a certain kind of way that lead us to the same hole. Like, you gotta slow down and really examine yourself and see what's going on. You gotta be willing to admit that, okay, I know this is not the real me, but this is what I've been feeding on. This is what my diet consists of. My spiritual diet, my physical diet, my mental diet. This is what it consists of, and I don't want that no more, because now I realize that the reason why I'm living the life that I'm living is because of what I've subscribed to all this time. And now it's time to make a change. Now it's time to identify those detours that's really leading you to the same spot where you're trying to get away from. You see what I'm saying?
So what I'm hearing is, too, sometimes moving forward is just really going back and undoing the learned behaviors that you already had. Sometimes that's moving forward. Sometimes it don't look like you got the flowers yet. Sometimes it just look like pulling up the old stuff from the garden. And they got buku mud everywhere. You just pulling out the weeds and stuff first, and that's progress. Like, you don't get the flowers until you done pulled that up and you consistently water the garden every day and consistently planted the seeds every day, right? And I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to see that it's progress, because when you go on the Instagram, the Facebook, everybody got the full garden, the garden finished. They got the lilies, the roses, the sunflowers. They got it out, and nobody is showing, of course, what it looks like when I'm pulling weeds out. And you know what I'm saying, I'm looking at the mud, and then I gotta train the mud, and then I gotta put the fertilizer down, and that's why you need to get out. That's why, because you need to go see that.
Guess what? Before you see the fruit that start to manifest, the weeds and the vine before the fruit start to branch off, damn near look alike. You really can't tell. You really can't tell the difference. So a lot of times we not really checking inventory, or you just don't have enough experience in self to realize when you going down the wrong path, or when you got you so accustomed to just anything happening around you that you just feeding into the next the next frequency or the next piece of whatever it is that's growing around you, that you just tapping into any kind of source. Listen, before
that's major.
Before the root do what it gotta do, and then the vine sprout up, and then you start seeing fruit, it look just like the weeds. So how you know you're not pulling the positive instead of the negative? So sometimes all you got is your intentions. That's it.
That's all you got. Sometimes that's all you got. Like, all I know is I want to do better, and I'm willing to change anything that I have to do better. So much so that it ain't even looking good, but I'm still moving. They say the flowers was gonna come out, but all I see is weeds still after I didn't remove the weeds. Right? But the truth is, sometimes you don't see it to the end. Like, it's just what it is. Like, it's like life is just part of the process, and nothing ends up being, once you achieve the mindset, nothing ends up being wrong per se. It's like, you know, I get, because to be honest, if somebody give you some seeds, you plant them seeds and you grow weeds, somebody can never sell you those seeds again. Like, no way in the world you gonna plant some seeds, it grows something that you don't want, and you go right back and get them seeds. It's not gonna happen, especially after you done put all that work in. Right? Sometimes that's the most, like, and I'm sorry for saying sometimes, because especially me, I'm hard-headed. Like, I'm so hard-headed, y'all. I gotta go through it first. Like, I gotta appreciate the misdirection, because I can't call it a failure, right? Because we do the failures, and I want to clarify what Toe was saying. Failure only mean that you had gave up on that thing. Like, the stuff that you then gave up on needs to not be more than the stuff that you did not give up on. Like, and if you got buku stuff that you gave up on, first of all, you were focusing on too much. You're doing too much, right? You know, so have your intention. That's the first step on this mindset thing, right? The first step on this mindset thing is you need to make a decision within yourself. And to yourself, make a promise to yourself and God, like a true promise. Like, it needs to be deep. This part has to be deep. It can't be a choice. A choice is you still got options afterwards. A decision, decision part means to cut. You cut it off. There is no going back. If I make a decision that no matter what, I'm going to be better, there is no going back, right? And that's really where it starts at with this mindset thing, right? You know, after that, it's still gonna look ugly. Like, I catch myself all the time, you know, when I learn stuff and I'm talking in ways, or maybe I'm doing things in ways that I know doesn't represent the person that I want to be. And it used to be to where I would defend that, right? I'm like, man, at least I'm doing it or whatever. But the fact that I told myself I'm gonna make this decision to be better no matter what, and that no matter what was, even if I was embarrassed of what I was doing, or I looked bad, or whatever it was, I'm still gonna make it happen. Means I could stop myself into thinking. Like, we need that too. Yeah. Because a lot of the beginning is you stopping yourself in the middle of the thought, or even at the end of the thought. But if I didn't make that decision, if it was just a choice, then I have other choices to choose from. Another choice being, oh, okay, cool, I got time, or oh, okay, cool, I don't need to change right now, or okay, cool, I could just be this until, like, whatever it is, right? What you think about that, man? Like, you know, I said a lot just now. Like, did I make sense?
No, you made a lot of sense, and something that I wanted to go back to. And honestly, I think it kind of encompasses everything that you said. You gotta know when to say when, and when to say when also looks like, you know, I just love the analogy of like being a gardener. Like we didn't say that, but like it's like you're the gardener. We talked about the fruits of your labor, but we also talked about the weeds. And when you are a rookie gardener, when you like when you fresh in the game, when you still green behind the ears, so to speak, you can't distinguish the weeds from the actual produce that you're trying to. So what happens is you have a tendency to water both of them. You watering the weeds, you feeding the weeds. So what I'm saying is you gotta, at some point in time when you dealing with the same thing over and over, you gotta realize what's working for you and what's not working for you. What's yielding fruit and what's not yielding fruit. And when what's not yielding fruit, you gotta be able to let it go. You gotta know when to let it go. You gotta know when to cut it off. When you gotta stop supplying the water supply. Stop putting the fertilizer in the weeds, y'all. We gotta learn when it's time to when it's time to say when. And
Come on.
And the whole
That's
thing is
huge.
really just the whole thing really just a learning process. And I hope that really kind of like tapped on what you were speaking on, Mr. Cole. But at the end of the day, you know, that's just something that we gotta tap into when we doing this thing. So ultimately we talking about having that mindset to where it's all mindset at the end of the day. We gotta have that mindset to where we moving forward. We're moving forward. We might stumble. We might fall. We might make a mistake, but we're not calling it quits. We're not saying that this is it. It's not like we're not gonna stumble and just give up. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep on moving forward. And a big part of that is really your habits. And I think where you get stuck watering the weeds as well as watering the roots of the positive things that you want to go. It's very, very metaphorical, but it's your mindset at the same time. Listen, you may have reached the pinnacle, the highest heights that you could possibly reach, because you got a full plate. Everything that we have on our plate is not good for us. Everything that tastes good to you, everything that look good to you ain't good for you. And it just is what it is. So you gotta have the discernment to realize what's really feeding me and what's really harming me, what's really slowing me down. You know, a real funny thing about Diet Coke, I learned about the itis. And when we get itis, now, you know, me and you, we both been kind of like looking into like the plant-based way of life, or just kind of like eliminate meat. Sometimes we just fast from meat and different things sometimes. And you notice the difference between when you eat certain foods, how you get tired, you get sluggish, you want to take a nap. Some food you can eat and you can eat kind of heavy, but it don't weigh you down like the other food weigh you down. And it's the same thing with the things that we are in relationship with. You see what I'm saying? Like, we gotta learn okay, listen, if my experience with it is weighing me down, if I'm getting itis when I watch this and when I listen to that, or when I engage with this person, if I'm getting an itis, sometimes we getting an itis and it's not just food oriented, but it's relationship oriented. It's musically oriented. Is when we reading certain things that just don't feed us, that we reading stuff that's problematic, that don't come equipped with a solution, so we can't get relief. We just stuck, held in bondage when we listen and feed into certain content. And then you left to deal with that. You see what I'm saying? Some things we just need to detach ourselves from and realize that, listen, you really got to prioritize where you're trying to go, what you're trying to do, and learn how to make, like, I want to say fasting in a sense, a part of your regular daily regimen. Because some things it's okay to kind of sample. You know what I'm saying? You know, like when you go to Sam's, when you go to Costco's, how they got the samples around. It's one thing to sample something, but it's another thing to fully indulge in it and overly indulge in it. And some things we just overly indulging in when we should really only be sampling, just to let ourselves know if we should be dealing with that or not in the first place.
Yeah, that's fire, man. That's fire, man. You know that old stuff too. The thing that keeps me the most, and I always talk about this, is the relationships that I've built with it, the habits, the people, the environments. Like, I feel like it's a part of me. Why? Because I came from it, right? And I didn't really grasp the new things until I developed a relationship from it, right, with it. You know, and it was harder because it didn't feel good. The old stuff feel good when I ate the red beans, the collard greens, when I played the game, when I listened to T Lanes, when I was on Bourbon Street talking to the females. You know what I'm saying? It felt better than it feels to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and do or be on the road and listening to ET the whole way, or listening to, you know what I'm saying, people who's going to develop my future, right?
Yeah.
And so the relationship is different. And the relationship is different because most of the time only one thing is in agreement, and it's my spirit. My body is not in agreement with it, right? And it's easier for because right now I'm inside of this vessel. It's easy for my vessel to be in agreement and my spirit to not be in agreement, because I could really ignore my spirit in a way. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that's major what you're saying, man. Like,
yeah,
you have to in the beginning, bro, it's gonna feel like and maybe not even the beginning, because right now it's still like, I know I'm not really in the beginning, but so much more to go, but it still feels like a war, you know, and it has to be fought every day. Like, every day I gotta get up and I gotta work out. Every day I gotta get up, I gotta do my affirmations. Every day I get up, I gotta pour into, because as long as I have my old habits, my whole habits gonna work every day.
Every day.
So if I gotta pay bills every day, I either gotta make enough money. Well, I either gotta make enough money to pay my bills every day, you know, or I gotta work every day, right? And right now it's like so I want to connect this, right? Bear with me. So certain things when I first start something, it's like I'm working a 9 to 5. I gotta work it every day and I don't get paid much. Meaning that when I go and do my affirmations, they don't really mean much to me. You know, like they'll get me through a couple of hours of the day. I gotta do it multiple times a day, right? Until I get accustomed with it, right? Until I get accustomed on that job and I'm so good at it that I'm so much of a heavy hitter that I'm getting paid $55 an hour now, right? And so I'm doing them affirmations now. I'm getting paid so much from the affirmations, they at least get me through half of the day. I only gotta do them 2 times now. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the stuff, it's like you gotta sit there and build on it first. It's not gonna come to you like that. It's like you can't do it as a side job. It gotta be every day. It has to be a decision. Like, I'm not going back. Like, I'm trying to commit suicide. Like, oh man, you know, commit lad. Like, old person gotta die for real. Like, the old code need to go. Don't get me wrong. I love the old code. To be honest, I like the old code still. Like, I can't. It's hard for me to let go of the old code.
You know
what I'm saying?
What's so tough though, Cole? Sometimes the old code, the old us, really be who everybody love. That's who everybody accustomed to. That's who everybody familiar with. It's the new us that's really the problem. It's the new us that really come in the picture and everybody like, man, you think you better than me? You think you better than us? Boy, you fake? Boy, you used to come around. You don't, boy, nigga got him a new car. He don't know nobody no more. He got him a new job. You don't know nobody no more. Boy, you started a podcast. You think you better than everybody? You don't know nobody
no more.
You see what I'm saying? That's really the battle. You know what I'm saying? When you really start putting them weeds out, it's like, that's really the battle. You see what I'm saying? But it's the old us who everybody really accustomed to. You know what I'm saying? The one who used to show up at them parties. The one that really used to be tapping into the low frequency stuff. You know what I'm saying? Who used to be keeping up with the mess and the drama, and who people from our school used to, they do this such and such, then went to jail and this, that, and the third, and girl, this person, that, and the third. That's the problem.
Come on, bro. Come on.
That's who everybody knows. But see, when you start leaving them behind, they still know your name. The problem is they still know your name, but you really change your character. You change, you know what I'm saying? You started putting them weeds. You started tapping into new stuff. So now they think you better than everybody. They ain't the case. You just want to be the best version of yourself. The problem is they stuck being familiar with the old version of you, but you can't minimize yourself to please them. You gotta please you. You gotta please God. You gotta keep moving forward and keep moving up.
Know that you're minimizing yourself, though. Know that you're doing that. But listen, here's the thing. You can only have one God. You can only serve one God. I'm gonna say that. Either your God is the people, or your God is the God, the Almighty, the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
You know? And you know that based on the reasons for your actions. Like, who are you trying to impress? Who is it that you are trying to pour into? You know what I'm saying? Or try to feed with your actions, you know?
Yeah.
And it should only be like you need a. Here's why I chose God, yo, because I didn't always believe in God. I'm gonna be real with you, right?
Like, you ain't believe in God at all, or you just didn't believe in like a certain type of like Christian or Muslim or Buddhist. Like, you ain't believe in a certain aspect of God.
I mean, to be honest, as far as action wise, like when it counted, I didn't like. I don't know. What did I like, Victoria? That's a good question. Like, what did before I actually started developing a relationship with him, I didn't deny it because nobody else around me was denying it. That was the truth. I didn't really believe it, but I would not say it around somebody else because, again, I was a people pleaser. You know what I'm saying? And so with the people pleasing, I'm like, oh yeah, God, you know what I'm saying? God is great, God's good all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Not the time, God is good.
You know what I mean? So I didn't really believe, you know, but I realized that the way I'm looking at the world, I'm like, bro, if this is true, then that would mean that this would be the only thing that's consistent. The only thing that's consistent, right? And if all I had to do for this to work is believe in it and follow the principles, it'll work, then I'll be better off rather than believing in humans who, we unpredictable. You know, we change. We unreliable. That's just the truth. We're feeling this way this day. We're feeling this way the next day.
Yeah.
You know, we craving this day. We craving that the next day. We having problems this day. It's just the way that we are built. So we can't really have more stock in us than we have in something that's more consistent. That's just what it is. So you need to go and believe in something. Like something needs to govern your thinking. Why? Because listen, it's mind, body, and spirit, right? I thought that I'm like, why spirit ain't first, right? But then here comes the principles. Because the principle is you need to start from the bottom. Huh? Yes, you start from the bottom. It's spirit, body, and then mind. Which is really spirit, mind, and body, because the mind controls the body, but the spirit is what you standing on. Yes. You standing on that's the foundation, that's bro.
Foundation. And your foundation come first.
How can you stand on something that's always moving? Humans.
Yeah,
like,
that's
the world.
God, give my
the world is always turning, like it's always in motion. But I tell you what do not move. I tell you what do not ever change. The principles of the way the world work, the principles of God, it don't never change. You can do the same thing every day and get the same results. The promises don't ever change.
No.
You know, so I'd rather, no matter what's going on, I'd rather believe in that than negate that, because you can negate anything. Yeah. Let's be real. They got that. There wouldn't be no such thing as, like, there's so many different beliefs. You can, because it's your choice. He gave you a choice to make it. He gave you a choice to make a decision. Like, he gave you a choice to make a decision on what you want to believe in. Still, even if it ain't him.
Yeah.
Straight up, like you could believe in him or you or not. That's why they got it's so deep into these theories that they got, y'all. And I rather believe in something that I can never reach than believe in something that I guess that I can reach, right? I could reach and it's gonna be different every time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I get it, because it's kind of
Yeah.
like when you reaching up there and you're reaching, that's an unlimited, untapped potential.
it's abundance. Come on.
You see what I'm saying? But when you can obtain something, that's limited. And when you can reach a certain dollar amount, when you can reach a certain figure, when you can reach a certain status, that's limited. But see, when God working through you, from what I've experienced, not in just my personal, but what I've observed and experienced, is that they got people who reach the highest of the highest heights and they still growing. Because God not finished with you. So when you tap into your potential, when you tap into that avenue, God gonna exploit that, and He gonna keep giving you stairs to climb. It ain't gonna stop, because you tapped into your purpose. Your purpose don't end. The people who you see reach the highest heights, they tapping into their purpose. They helping people, they impacting the world, and it's gonna keep going until they can't go no more. But those who get it all and then lose it all, that ought to tell you something right there. That ought to tell you something about their foundation.
You just need to be connected to a source that don't run out. It's just that simple, right? Because when that source runs out, and you need to rely on it to maneuver or to grow, it's like you own sometimes, like you got it sometimes. But if you got a source that never runs out, right? You can have it all the time, no matter how the other side is doing, no matter how you feeling, right? And that's the basis. It's gonna be the basis of your thinking. You need to be principle driven, right? Like you're thinking. The reason why we have the poor thinking is because we thinking about our thinking is affected by how we feeling at the time.
For sure.
If we sad, we thinking sadly. We happy, we thinking happily. But this too shall pass. On both sides. You happy, it shall pass. You sad, it shall pass. You mad,
for sure,
it shall pass. Right. So if I got the principles, it's just like it's not gonna change.
That's
so
true.
No matter what's going on, no matter how you feeling, if you are principle driven, then you will get the same result every time. This takes time, but it's worth it in the end. I promise it's worth it. And we try to change the situation when we get to the situation, but you gotta practice first. You gotta be prepared before. You gotta have the principles before. You gotta study the principles before. You gotta practice the principles before. There's a reason why on football they got practice. There's a reason why when you're on set and you about to record, you practice first. They got the dancers, like the singers that come out and do these performances. They go to the arena that they perform in and do mock performances before they perform. You gotta do it. You gotta take time out. And if you argue with people all the time, simulate the arguments to where they're not arguments no more. You know something coming. Take and practice it before it comes. Ain't nobody. The only people who gonna call you crazy is the people who not familiar with it,
and the people who not willing to try,
and the people who ain't willing to try. So, message from us today, y'all, and to us, from us and to us, is to practice a healthy mindset. Develop healthy mindset habits, so we can have positive thinking before we get to the negative situation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We got the power, you know what I'm saying? Believe in something so abundant to where you can never run out, no matter what. Like people, like I run out, like to be honest. Like you come to me, I pour in a lot of people, but catch me on a Thursday when I didn't give Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be out. I gotta catch me on a Sunday when that's my recharge time and I don't got nothing for you.
Straight up.
I don't got nothing for you, to be honest. I'm gonna tell you, I don't got nothing for you. So, because I'm recharging, right? We got batteries. Guys don't really got no battery. You know what I'm saying? That's an unlimited source. You look at the ocean, bro. The water do not stop. You can sail until you die. So you can sail until direction Until you die, Toe. I don't know if you're talking to me, but I can't hear you.
No, it's good. I'm listening. I'm listening.
Yeah. You can say it until you die. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
it's
listening to learning just like everybody else.
The sky don't end. We got a galaxy. Like, come on, bro. We got and no human has ever made that.
Look, that's why they said the sky is the limit, y'all.
Come on now, which means ain't no limit.
You know what I'm saying?
They tricked you. They tricked you.
And the worst thing you could do is let them put a glass ceiling over your head.
Oh man,
that's when the heights that you think you can achieve is really an illusion because you got a glass ceiling over your head. But if you serve a God, come on, somebody, if you serve a God that's as great and abundant and as almighty as all with can stand, you can achieve anything you believe in. So listen, be mindful of what you believing in, because after that, you can achieve whatever. You dig? So with all said, with all things said, and with all things done, man. Listen, we just want to personally thank y'all for being the best part of the Free Will Podcast. We want to personally thank y'all for being a part of the Free Will brand and the Free Will family. Thank each and every single one of y'all for being the best part of the Free Will family. You know what I'm saying? Tori the Ball is signing out. Coda Gold signing out. We just want to thank everybody who made it this far from beginning to end. You know what I'm saying? At this current moment, it might be just a handful of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But the numbers are growing. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Thank you to everybody who is tapping in and who want to grow, who want to make each day the best day. You know what I'm saying? So we just want to thank y'all for coming along on this journey. Everybody who was in attendance and everybody who was attentive. We want to thank y'all from the bottom of our hearts. Cool. Let them people know that they can meet us here next Friday, 8:30 Central Time.
And don't just meet us there, you heard me?
But beat us there, you dig?
Digging me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
we
Lord.
out.
We gonna see y'all on the next one. Peace out.